WZC Lincoln Printers Business of the Month.
The Vault Community Center on Mr. Lincoln Square in Clinton is a nonprofit teen community center offering an environment for social, academic, and spiritual growth through opportunities and services. They'll receive a $200 gift certificate good at Lincoln Printers and Sign Designs for being our WHOW WEZC Lincoln Printers Business of the Month. Nominate a business you'd like featured by emailing us at WHOW@randyradio.com.
Congratulations to this local business for all they do for the community. And don't forget, for envelopes, wedding invitations, signs, banner wraps, and more, go to LincolnPrintersInc.com.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
It's the WHOW Morning Show. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest on the Zoom in this segment is Terri Casey, the director of the University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. Terri, the work never stops for the extension. How have you been handling the extremely busy season for you guys?
Oh, well, summer's prime time for us. I mean, we're always doing something, but it's an extra amount of good times and fun in the summer because, of course, it's 4-H show season. But we also have our growing season, which works with our ag producers as well as our horticulturalists out there, our gardeners. So you're right, this is an exceptionally busy time for extension.
And it really takes a village, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. All hands on deck.
So as we're talking about the busy season, like you said, it is 4-H show season, and you already have 2 out of 3 in your service area under your belt. So how were the Sangamon and the Menard 4-H shows, which took place just recently?
Yeah, no, everything, it was really great. Sangamon County, we thought we were going to have some really bad stormy weather. We dodged that.
Nice.
So it actually ended up being very, very nice. A little warm, but not this warm. But, it was great. I think all in all, the kids had a great time. The families had a good time. And so that was very successful. And then when we look at Menard County, well, it was hot. It was a hot week last week. But we know that. All of us who've done that Menard County Fair enough, we know it's summer, it's Illinois, it's July. But boy, we really enjoyed the brand new show ring that they have set up over there. It was excellent facilities. Kudos to everybody involved in that and the Menard County Fair Board for such wonderful facilities and a real upgrade for the kids. So it was exciting to break that in and have that facility for the kids to show in. And now we're just looking forward to our dog show on Sunday. We have a dog show that's for all of the kids in our unit. So it's Logan, Menard, and Sangamon County 4-Hers. So that's really exciting. Again, coming up on Sunday. And it starts at 10 a.m. And we're going to be doing it at Kenner's on 97. That's a facility. It's really dedicated to dogs and dog showing in Pleasant Plains. So that's going to be an exciting new opportunity for the kids to be at such a great facility, to showcase their dogs, the obedience. There's several different categories. I didn't know a lot about dogs and showing. I knew about dogs because I've always had dogs. I love my dogs. But I didn't understand the world of dog showing until I really got into this role. And it's really interesting. There are different classes. There's, of course, the beginners, the novice, going all the way up to an expertise. And these kids really work hard with their animals, and their dogs really work hard, right?
Yeah.
And so we call them a team, they really are a team. And so when the highest scores get promoted to the Illinois State 4-H Dog Show, we're promoting a team because that dog's part of the team too.
Yeah.
And they do many, many hours of work with their beloved dog and really learn a lot about how to work together. They even have sections where they learn about hand signals, vocal commands. I really appreciate the work that these kids put into it, and to their mentors, and to our volunteers who help support these kids and learn. So what an amazing lesson in life to not only learn about the care of a beloved pet and animal, but also to learn the responsibility of training. And it goes along with all of our project areas. But I just really had a chance to get in and enjoy that this time and really learn more
Yeah.
about what these kids do to show those projects.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned that this is a new show that you guys are doing, right? So that must mean that it's kind of rising in popularity.
Well, we've done the dog show for
Oh,
many
my,
years,
my
but
mistake.
but we've done it. This is a new facility and a new opportunity.
Gotcha.
So I would say that it's like I call it the upgrade, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it kind of goes along with what you were saying, Ben. I think that there are, more families who are interested in dog shows and dog training, and I think pop with these facilities popping up that are dedicated to dog shows, obstacle course, which is awesome. If you've ever seen that, it's fantastic. Yeah, I think it speaks to the popularity of this with families and how it's an opportunity for folks who maybe can't do traditional livestock, so they don't have the ability to have swine or cattle. You know, most everybody can have a dog
Yeah.
when it comes to space and those types of things. So I think this is a very accessible way
Yes.
for a lot of families to have that experience, that show experience. But man, the kids really, you learn so much from developing these skills that I think, once these kids get into it, you can really see how excited they are. And you can see how excited the dogs get so excited. That's probably their biggest challenge is to get them, calmed down and ready to go. But yeah, I do think that you're seeing more and more interest in folks taking this up as an interest for their families.
And I feel like that's one of those 4-H interest areas that just goes to show that it's about more than just agriculture, right? I mean, that's just your kind of your family household pet, but there's also your arts and your different things. That's more than just showing livestock.
Right. We love our livestock. It's like I say, it's the roots of what we do is our ag roots, and we love those. But I always say, and we have these other exciting opportunities for families who maybe can't do that because they don't have the opportunity. We know that livestock can be very expensive, it can be very challenging. So yeah, this is a way that 4-H opens up to just any family, and not just in our show world as far as animal shows, as you mentioned, the general project shows where kids can showcase their artwork or feature their project on electricity or their woodworking project or their robotics project or their rocket project. I mean, I tell families all the time who ask, I don't know if 4-H, if it's really right for my family or if it's the right fit. And I say, you know what? Is your child interested in anything? Because if your child has an interest in anything, we have a project for them. If they like bugs, we've got projects for kids who like bugs. If they like rocks, we've got projects for kids who like rocks. So really it's an opportunity to expand those interests and also to look at new interests. I know the kids love being at the show because they like to see what the other 4-Hers are doing, and that inspires them. And oftentimes they try something that they may never have tried, and it may stick, and they may end up being someone who is a woodworker for life, or it might be something they tried once and said, I appreciate that. That's why I'm always going to hire a carpenter. So,
Yeah.
it's those life lessons. And also it's not just about, the success. There's also the failures. When you're learning something new and you're trying something new, it's very rare that right out of the box, things are just going to go perfect. It takes what I call grit. And I think it's really important. 4-H is really good at helping kids develop that grit.
Yeah.
To get through those times when I just don't know what to do, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to go back. I'm going to read the manual again, or I'm going to look for an adult who can help me. I think we really need that with our kids today. I think it serves them well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Before we move on to the upcoming Logan County Fair right around the corner, just one more time, give us the when and where for that dog show.
Yeah, of course, public's welcome to come check out the dog show. It's Sunday, July 26th. It starts at 10 a.m. and it's at Kenner's on 97, which is on State Route 97 near Pleasant Plains.
All right. All right. Well, like we mentioned, the Logan County Fair coming right up. That is the weekend of August 3rd. And Terri, what makes the Logan County Fair special?
Oh, wow. Well, I would have to say we have a lot of 4-H participants in Logan County. We have a lot of, families who have been a part of Logan County 4-H for generations. So 4-H is very a deep part of Logan County and the Logan County Fair. That tradition runs very, very deep. And so that makes it very, very special. The fair, I believe, has been, going since 1936, and, 4-H has been a part of that from the beginning. And so, yeah, it's just there's a lot of tradition and a lot of really, families who we say bleed green, right? And we don't mean John Deere green. We mean 4-H green.
Of course, of course. Are you still in need of any volunteers for that show?
I think we were pretty good on that, but what we really would like is for people to come and see the kids' projects and to, experience what 4-H is. Maybe someone was a 4-H'er when they were young, and they would like to see, well, what's happening with 4-H today? What are the kids interested in today? How has the program, kind of changed? And of course, we've been around since 1914, so the program has evolved and changed. But the core of what Logan County 4-H or 4-H across the state is always there. And it's about that learn by doing model. A lot of what I just talked about with the kids showing their dogs about learning perseverance, winning, but also sometimes learning to take loss gracefully. But just the time you spend with family, the time you spend with your fellow 4-Hers, those are lifelong connections and friendships that they make. And so I would love for the public to come and see how that part of 4-H is never diminished or changed at all. But what 4-H has done is looked at new opportunities for kids, like robotics, like dealing with computers, dealing with drones, dealing with rocketry, bringing in all of those new opportunities to get kids excited about the things that, the future offers to them.
Definitely. I just gotta, note that, if you have never been to a 4-H show before, you will absolutely be surprised. If nothing else, you
Yes.
will be surprised by everything that's going on. It is absolutely nothing like what you could expect with just the level that these kids are operating, like above where they might be,
Oh, yes.
they're so sharp and just always so impressive. So very surprising every time.
I will say that's one of the things that I've noted in my years of working with 4-H, is maybe the kids don't bring as many different projects as they used to, but the quality of the projects they bring
Right.
are outstanding. I mean, like, you look at that and you can't believe that those projects were done by youth, let alone oftentimes the age of the youth.
Right.
And their ability, we do conference judging, which means that the 4-H'er sits with the judge, talks with them one-on-one about their project, explains, what they've learned, their process for doing that. So they're learning great interaction skills. They're also learning how to explain something to someone else. I mean, these are skills we used to take for granted, but I don't think we do anymore. I think we realize those are really important skills for a young person to develop. And, again, part of that learning process of interacting with the judges, it can be stressful. You can see the newbies; they get a little nervous. My kids were in 4-H, so I know that. But when you see that smile when they're done talking to that judge, and how their confidence is boosted, and how they feel about being able to talk about their accomplishments. Once you see that, it really becomes addictive. You'll make a whole career out of it. I did.
Absolutely. Terri, we are a little overdue for a break. Is there anything
Yeah.
that we missed on the 4-H show season, whether ones that already happened or ones that are upcoming?
Well, I'll just invite people to the general show on August 3rd at the Logan County Fairgrounds. All of those exhibits will remain on display throughout the Logan County Fair. So if you can't make it on Monday, go down and check out their exhibits at the show area. And then also we have a full slate of livestock shows running the entire county fair. So if anyone would like to know when those are, you can hit up our website, and that's extension.illinois.edu/LMS.
More to come on the WHOW Morning Show with Terri Casey, our guest on the Zoom, the director of the University of Illinois Extension in the Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Let's check the opening numbers now with the Chicago Board of Trade on this Tuesday. I'm Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network. Corn, beans, and Chicago wheat all starting the day lower. September corn opening 446.5 down 3. December corn down 3, 470. March corn 485 3/4 down 2 3/4. August beans 1214.5 down 11.5. September beans down 7, 1208.5. November beans 1222.5 down 3 3/4. September Chicago wheat 665 3/4 down 8 1/4. September KC wheat down 5 3/4, 718. August bean meal 324 even up 50 cents. August bean oil 74.40 down 28 cents. Energy market September Brent crude oil up $1.68, 90.90. Opening numbers on this Tuesday morning. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
This is
Chevrolet is the heartbeat of America, and now is the time to celebrate our nation's birthday in a new Chevrolet. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton and Farmer City, inviting you to come see our selection of Chevrolets, like the sporty Chevrolet Trax and the good-looking Trailblazer. We also have a good selection of Chevrolet Equinox and the full-size Traverse. Chevrolet, together let's drive. BaumChevyBuick.com, right from the start.
Here's Matt Hart, owner of the Hart Media Group in Clinton.
It's been great. You and Ben and the entire team are doing a great job. And we're just continuing on serving the local community, right? This is what this is all about. We're here to serve our local community. We're here to tell the local stories. We're here to cover the news. So nothing in that regard is changing. Our goal is connecting people. And that's our tagline at Hart Media Group. It's connecting people.
Hart purchased the Miller Media Group in August of 2025 and looks forward to serving the community for years to come.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
It's the WHOW Morning Show. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. We continue with my guest on the Zoom, Terri Casey, director of the University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. And Terri, the busyness does not stop with the 4-H show. You guys have plenty of growing season and just summer-related webinars coming up. And the first one upcoming is this weekend, I think you said, is the GLP-1s webinar.
Yeah, we do have one. A lot of folks are interested and have questions about GLP-1s, also known by the brand name Ozempic. It's a weight loss medication that's become extremely popular, and a lot of folks are curious about it, wanting to know, is this potentially something I want to talk to my doctor about? So this webinar is just going to give a brush up on things, let people kind of know an overview, some of the latest information and research, and that's on July 22nd, and it's from noon until 1 p.m., and it's online, so you can just tune in from anywhere, and it's 100% free. And at the seminar, you're going to learn about any potential side effects that are known at this time, questions about long-term use, because we know it's pretty new, so folks are, curious about what are the long-term implications, how the drug affects the body during and after treatment, and then also things about access, affordability, and then just people's different perspectives on weight and health. So a nice overview for folks who they're hearing about it, but they don't know a lot about it. They can learn a little more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is coming up tomorrow. Put that on the calendar, that webinar. Terri, I moved into a house recently, and that means that I am mowing for the first time since I was probably in high school, I think. So I'm still getting back
used to it.
Swing of it, and you have a webinar coming up that seems like I should attend, all about our lawns. So let's dive into that one.
Well, yes, as you said, we're in the thick of summer, and things are growing, and for most of us, that means our lawns. And if you can mow them between the rains, or as I say, I've bailed my yard, I think, because it got so out of control. Yeah, this is just a great webinar. It's on July 28th. It's from 1:30 to 2:30. Again, it's free, and it's just steps to good lawn care. And I think it also really looks at things you can skip. Because I think a lot of folks think I have to fertilize 4 times a year, or I have to water every single day. And there's lots of social media advice out there about things to do with your lawn, of some of it of interesting, origin. So this is just going to break down research-based lawn care practices, things that we know you can, they've shown through science and studies, not just through people's thoughts and hopes and wishes and dreams. Because if I could have wished and dreamed my lawn to not have a bunch of dandelions in it, I would have done that a long time ago. But no, this is just kind of looking at things that actually have been proven to work, so people don't get frustrated trying the latest fad, what things truly matter, what are optional, and how to choose a lawn care that fits your goals, budget, and time. Because some folks, I have a retired brother-in-law, his lawn is his passion, right? And so he puts a lot of time into it, and that's great because that's something that he has the ability to do. But some of us, we're working a lot. We're lucky to get out there. There's probably ways we could have a little bit less maintenance approach and still, have an attractive lawn. So I think this is going to be a great workshop for folks who are just trying to assess what they really need to care for their lawn and what they can practically do with their lifestyle.
Definitely. And I'm sorry to just move right along because we're running out of time here.
I
But
know.
in a similar vein is all series all about grass identification, Terri.
Yeah, well, we talked about grass, so now let's learn what grasses we're dealing with. So there's a 3-part series all about grass, and the series is run from 1 to 3 p.m. So it's an afternoon classes. The first one is July 28th. It's the basics of grass identification, and looking at common woodland grasses. The second one is on July 29th, and it's identifying common prairie grasses that have been found and are found in the Midwest prairies. And the third one on July 30th is identification of common nuisance grasses, those things that we really don't want to deal with. And I tried to hope and wish a way out of my garden or my lawn, and it didn't work. So again, it's 3 workshops. You can attend one or all 3. They're from 1 to 3, and you can sign up online, and they're 100% free.
And for any of these webinars that you got going on, where can people go if they're not able to attend those?
Yeah, what I recommend folks do is go to our website, extension.illinois.edu/LMS, and go to our events tab, and you'll find these workshops and all kinds of other workshops and programs we have going on. Click on it, and if you can, go ahead and sign up for it, because what you will find if you need those materials later is they often send those materials to you in advance. It's a great opportunity, and if you can't attend, and you can't, they also have contact information for the 4-H Extension educators who are putting those on. So you can reach out to them for that information offline as well.
Absolutely. And in our last 30 seconds, just one more time, give us the when and where of our upcoming 4-H shows.
Yeah, come on out to Logan County Fair. Our show starts August 3rd with the General Project Show, and then we have livestock shows running all that week. So you can check out the Logan County Fair schedule, or you can go to our website, extension.illinois.edu/LMS, and get our full fair schedule there.
Perfect. As always, that's Terri Casey, the director of the University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
The Big 1520 WHOW